Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, June 30th. We're headed into what will most likely be a very long 4-day holiday weekend for most people. Looks like we'll have rather typical summertime heat and humidity in the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City at or slightly above 90 degrees for the next few days. It can be an isolated shower or thunderstorm later today and tonight, and again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, but the best chance for showers and thunderstorms in the I-95 corridor over the next several days looks like it'll come late tomorrow and tomorrow night as a frontal boundary zone comes into the mid-Atlantic region from the northwest to the southeast. Before we get to the local weather situation, I thought we'd take a look at the tropical situation, not only in the Atlantic but around the world. Some interesting things going on, or really more specifically not going on. There's no activity right now anywhere around the world, and that is quite unusual for the last day of June. Wanted to show this particular chart here that shows accumulated cyclone energy. This is from Dr. Ryan Mowry at weatherbell.com. This is a measurement that takes into consideration not only the strength of a tropical system but the longevity of a tropical system. So it's a very good measure of tropical activity, and he has it broken down by region around the world. The main one I want to show, first of all, on a global basis, we are below normal for this time of year. This 47% is the percent of normal year to date. Again, we're at the end of June now. Atlantic Basin tropical season well underway, and the southern hemisphere is really what I want to point out here, because that tropical season down across the southern hemisphere is winding down now as ours starts to ramp up here in the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere is winding down, and it's well below normal, 48% of normal throughout the southern hemisphere. Again, no activity right now, not only in the southern hemisphere, but also in the northern hemisphere, which again is somewhat unusual for the last day of June. This is so low that some measures have it the least activity in the southern hemisphere since 1970. So I just wanted to point that out. Some interesting things going on, or more specifically not going on, in the tropics, both in the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. And in terms of confirmation that there's nothing going on, this is a good satellite imagery website from the University of Wisconsin, and even there it's saying no active storms anywhere around the world. I will, however, show now a satellite image of the eastern Atlantic to see if there are any waves off of the African west coast. And here we go, the current visible satellite image of the eastern Atlantic. This is the west coast of Africa right here. And there are a couple of waves here. One can be seen right here, a second one right in this region, and just now coming right off the west coast of Africa, a third wave. So we'll watch those over the next several days. These front two have little chance of development. Perhaps the third one will encounter a little bit more favorable atmosphere for development, but right now this is all that we see in terms of tropical activity, not only in the Atlantic Basin but around the world. Again, kind of subdued for this time of the year, both in the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. Well, let's now get back to the local weather situation for the upcoming long holiday weekend. Using last night's 6Z GFS model run, these maps are available from tropicaltidbits.com. We'll look at 6-hour increments of the forecast that was initiated at 6Z last night. Again, this is the U.S. NOAA's GFS model. Basic summertime heat and humidity has returned to the I-95 corridor region for Philly, D.C., New York City. All three metro regions should climb to near or perhaps even slightly above the 90-degree mark this afternoon. Can be an isolated shower or thunderstorm late today into tonight. Nothing widespread, more or less on an isolated basis. This is the forecast map for right now, early Friday morning. Let's jump ahead 6 hours. You see some indication here by the GFS that spreads all the way across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Still pretty rain-free here, as indicated by the GFS early this evening in the D.C. and New York City metro regions, but there certainly can be an isolated shower or thunderstorm anywhere in the I-95 corridor late this afternoon and this evening. Let's now push forward. That tends to fall apart in the overnight hours. And then we get into Saturday morning, probably starting off with partly sunny skies in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Very warm and humid. High temperatures again at or slightly above 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon in the I-95 corridor. And then notice this area to the west here. By mid-afternoon, looking pretty solid here. The western side of the Appalachian Mountains, and it's all being caused by a frontal boundary zone. That works its way right into the I-95 corridor. You can see the isobar kink here. This is indicating where the frontal boundary zone early Saturday evening. Again, there's a pretty good chance here, quite good chance for scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms mid-afternoon, late afternoon, especially tomorrow evening in the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philly to New York City. Some of these storms could even produce some heavy rainfall. Again, it's all being backed up by a frontal boundary zone dropping in from the northwest to the southeast. We go through into late tomorrow night, and there's that frontal boundary zone showing up clearly in the GFS model right near the east coast. That pushes basically off the coast by early Sunday morning. Can be an isolated shower or thunderstorm on Sunday, especially early in the day and especially near the coastline. But for the most part, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday should turn out to be mainly rain-free. Again, can be an isolated shower or thunderstorm Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, as well as later today and early tonight. But the best chance for showers and thunderstorms over the next several days looks like it'll come with the frontal system late tomorrow and tomorrow night. Here we are now Sunday afternoon. We're moving forward here. Generally rain-free conditions here in the I-95 corridor. Then by Monday, there's a little bit of a boundary zone here coming through in the middle of the day or afternoon hours on Monday. Again, it could be generate an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but mainly rain-free conditions. Very warm, still somewhat humid on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The good news here, by Independence Day on Tuesday, looks like high pressure generally dominating the scene. A pretty nice day setting up for Tuesday for fireworks. Probably nice for fireworks Monday night and Tuesday night as well. That high takes control. And again, generally rain-free conditions Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Nothing more than isolated shower or thunderstorm. The best chance for showers and storms over the next several days comes late Saturday and Saturday night. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.